Hey guys, this is Chris with MakeSEA. I wanted to spend a minute to explain how we use Insta360 cameras to capture surround content for use in MakeSEA experiences. There's a couple of devices that I'm personally a big fan of. The first one is this Go 3S. This is a nice tiny portable device that captures in essentially 180 degree or half of a sphere of content. You'll notice this is plugged into USB-C, so it can be charged with any USB outlet. And when we ship these, we send a cord with it. You can plug it into your charger, your laptop. But if you take a close look, it's actually two pieces. So there's a camera here in front that's kind of like a button, and then there's a screened portion back here, which is a touch screen that we can use like most cameras to control changes to settings, take a look at the pictures and the content, that sort of stuff. And you're welcome to play with that. We can talk more about that, but I just want to show how easy it is to capture with this. So this actually pops out. There's a little button here on the side that I'm going to want to press and hold down with my finger, and then you just grab this camera by the lens and it pops right out. It's got a magnetic back to it. So it pops out, and this is all we really care about. This is what we're going to stick on the chest of our host and what we're going to use to actually capture the content. It's already charged if it's been plugged into the mothership, and this one's ready to roll. So basically what we want to do is we want to put this on our person facing outward to capture what's in front of us, and the way we're going to do that is with a lanyard. The lanyard, it looks like this when it's all rolled up. So this is just a little plastic puck that's got some string in it that you'll notice is it's just wound on the inside. That kind of, as I unroll this, it lets the whole lanyard out. And there's two sides to it. So there's a side with a little picture with the camera on it. That's the side we want pointing outward. So I'm going to put this on around my neck. And now what's cool about this is designed so that, let me point this down just a little bit here. This is designed so that I can leave it outside, or I can put it in my shirt because it's magnetic. So, you know, it's sort of the clean shot is to put it behind the jacket or the shirt or blouse of the officiator and just have it sit on their chest. Make sure that they don't have a pacemaker. It's important because it's got a magnet to it. And then I can take this little camera and just pop it right on there, just like that. So we want to make sure it's level, and in this case, for the kind of shot we want to have it perpendicular, so sideways like this as opposed to straight up and down. So I just want to leave the camera like this. That doesn't actually matter which direction it's pointing. We just want it level with the width of the camera across the chest. Now we've got this camera programmed to start recording as soon as I press the button. So if I want you to listen when I press the face of it here, there's just a touch area that I could depress, and it just beeped. So that beep means that the recording has started. We've basically started recording video, and anything I'm doing is being captured. Little movement's fine. This is designed to self-stabilize in gimbal, and we can clean it up in post. But when we use this in front of a ceremony, for example, we're capturing the folks that are directly in front of us, a couple at a wedding, and the wedding party directly behind them provides really exceptional footage. When I'm ready to stop recording, I just press this space again in front of the camera. And that beeping means that it's done recording. So we're done. At that point, we can ship the camera back and let everything get processed in post, or we can pop it back into the body here. So I can take this camera, and it's just magnetic, so I'm just gonna pull it off my person. And it's pretty evident how it goes in. It's got a kind of a back with a little metal contact on it, and the same shape on the back of this receiver here. And so we put this back together, and it's in its home. In fact, it's recharging already since it's back in the camera here. If I want to look at the content, what you do is on the side there's a power button with the traditional power icon circle with the little line in it. It's on the top here, and if I press that once, it's going to wake the camera up. Okay, and then there are some cool things you can do in terms of changing settings and looking at the configuration options for the camera. If you swipe from, I'm pretty sure it's left to right, it will bring up the gallery of content that's been recorded. And let's see. So, and then let you play it. So there's me talking, and it's recording outward from my chest. So that's essentially what we're looking to capture, is that shot with that camera facing outward. Press it once, it goes beep, we're recording. Press it again, it beeps a few times, we know we're done. That's it. We're going to take that raw content and do some post-processing on it to clean it up and make it work in a way that's fun to view. And these shots in particular with this camera should be pretty exceptional in terms of their perspective. So give that a shot, and if you have any questions, hit us up. Thank you. Oh, couple of other quick notes about this camera. To turn it off, you just hold the power button down the same way that we did to actually hold it down for a second. You'll hear it go doo-doo-doo, and then it turns it off, just like most digital cameras. And the other thing I just caution you of is that, especially when this guy is popped out, it's really easy to fumble. So do your best not to drop it and play basketball with it. If it happens, we'll deal with it. But they're very light and easy to jiggle. So just make sure that you're hanging on to it when it's not in its holster or on that lanyard that we were talking about. That's all I got. Thanks. All right, let's talk about one other camera we use from Insta360 to capture surround content. This is our favorite go-to 360 surround capture camera right now. They're very affordable. The video quality is exceptional. The sound quality is exceptional. They're easy to operate. This is one that's in a case. I'm showing you this because this is typically how we ship them to you. If we're loading one, you're requiring one to do a temporary shoot. And so there's a couple of things here. We have this nice rubber lens cap. This is gold. When you have this camera out of this case, my advice is to put this lens cap on so that if you drop the camera, it doesn't scratch the lenses, because this is really easy to fumble and this thing is a lifesaver. The other thing is we tuck a lens cleaning cloth in here, microfiber cloth. That's great for just cleaning it up before you start with the shoot. But this is just a hard shell case, so there's nothing special to it. I'm going to unzip it and do my best not to bounce the camera around. When I open it up, it's just laying in there, so just notice that there's no clips or straps or anything holding it in. But this is the camera. I can pull it out, and it's very self-contained. In fact, what's nice about it is I can put it on a tripod, and let me do that real quick here. And this is essentially how we're going to deploy this camera. So let me raise this a little so you can see it. This is just this happens to be a selfie stick with feet, but this will work with any standard camera tripod. And essentially what I've done is I've screwed this on top of here, and in order to operate this camera, there's not really much to it. What we want to do is there's a power button on the side here that I'm going to press to wake it up. I think I have, oh, yeah, see, it just woke up, and I even get a preview of the picture. And we preset the cameras so that the indicator lights are off and the screen goes off quickly, and you can just basically press go and walk away from it. So the easiest thing to do is essentially, the screen is sort of the back of from behind the camera perspective for the back half of the 360 view. And so if you if you use the screen to sort of point the camera in the direction that you want to go, and you can actually spin the view around inside of the picture here, but just assume that this way is forward. Typically what you want to do is point it at the meat of your subject matter. So if it's people dancing or getting married, for example, you point this side of the camera out towards them. We'd like to set this typically at about 4.5 feet height. So think not full-size adult, but somewhere in the tween height in terms of eye focus. That helps when we reproject it. It makes people feel comfortable in terms of where they are in the scene. And to record, there's just a little circle button here on the bottom, in the bottom left-hand corner, that when I press that, it's going to start recording. And we basically, all we want to do is take this camera, stick it in the right location, in the place that we want it to be recording, press that record button, and walk away from it. Make sure the lenses are clean before you deploy it. But other than that, there's not much to it. When you're ready to be done with that shot, go back over to the camera. You can press, I recommend that you stop that shot. You can technically just walk with the camera, but in order to preserve the shot, make sure it gets saved on the storage media. The best thing to do is hit that circle button again. It'll save that video, and then we can go over to the next location and essentially hit record again and walk away from it. And when you're done, you hit that little circle again, You hear it go beep, and that's all there is to it. Now I can go into the menu here and look at, whoops, I'm pressing the wrong button. So I can, with the camera, if you want to preview the shots that you've taken, you can, similar to the Go, you can swipe from left to right, and you'll get a gallery that you can page through and hit play, and it will actually play back whatever the video content is, and you can spin around in it. So, assuming it's playing, you can see that I can actually move around in the video to sort of get that perspective 360 shot. So don't worry too much about where the camera is pointed or centered. This self gimbals, and we can always change the starting point of the rotation, but as a general rule, if you have the face without the screen pointing at your subject matter, that's a great place to start. Other than that, polish the lenses with the microcloth, careful about dropping it. There are you may or may not have lens covers available to you, in which case, if you're using it in a setting where you're nervous about it falling over, I encourage you to do that. It will take a standard tripod. These are all charged up. This one is also USB-C, so there's a port here with a little door that you pop up, and you can plug this in with the USB-C cable into any standard USB-C power source or laptop, and it will charge this guy up quite efficiently. Runtime on these is about 90 minutes. The storage is several hours, and so you can swap the batteries out if you have a spare and charge the other one in the background. In any case, great camera. If you have any questions, hit us up, and go make some. Bye.